And welcome to this video, which is going to show you how to pencil in some chords to go with your house dance music. Now, I've already got 3 alternative house drum beats that I've penciled in, and I've got 3 alternative house bass lines. I'm just going to name these. I'm going to call this one bass 2. I'm going to call that first one bass 1, and the last one bass 3, and I'm going to save my work by doing Command S to make sure everything is up to date and saved. A quick look at these bass lines. The first one you've seen, the second one looks and sounds like this. Now you might notice that some of these notes I've lengthened. When we programmed in the first one, they were all just one box long, one block long. I've lengthened some of these to make the notes a bit longer. To do that, all you do is click on the note and stretch it out or shorten it the way you want to. So you might want to change the length of some of your notes in the bass line just to experiment and change it up a little bit. Okay, I've got 3 bass lines. I'm going to use this beat and this bass line to work with while I create my chords. Now what I'm going to do actually is copy and paste that one by holding down Alt. Copy and paste this one, click on it, hold down Alt, and then move it. And I'm going to lengthen my loop like that, so it's 2 bars long. So it's just going to play around those 2 bars. It gives me a little bit more to work with to come up with some chord ideas. Now, same as before, we need to add a software instrument. And I'm going to drag that down to the bottom because I want my drums together, I want my bass together, and I want my synth chord ideas together as well. Okay, we come over here to our in and out, and we're going to select a synthesizer. I'm going to click on there. Again, you've seen this list of instruments before, and we need a synthesizer. Don't choose the monophonic one because monophonic means it'll only play one note at a time, and we want to play chords, which, as you know, are 2 or more notes played at the same time. So other than that, it's your choice which synthesizer you use, but make sure you choose something which is called synthesizer, not an organ, not a clav, not electric piano, not sampler, but one of the synthesizers. I'm going to go for this one, ES2 synthesizer stereo, and as soon as I click on that, it opens up. And it looks really complicated. We don't need to worry too much about this at the moment. You'll learn all about this if you choose A-level music technology, and you learn a little bit about it if you do music at Key Stage 4. What we're concerned with now is finding a sound to work with. So we're going to come up to this menu here. We're going to click and hold, and we're going to choose a synth pad sound. Now a pad is a word for a sound that's good at playing sustained notes, long notes, which are going to support the rest of our track. They're going to pad out our music. That's why it's called a synth pad. So I'm going to choose one of these. I'm going to go for this one, Dark Pad 01. I'm going to choose it, and now I can close it down. If I play my keyboard, I can hear the sound. That's going to be nice. Now, in a similar way to the way we did the drums and the bass, we're going to use our pencil. So I'm going to grab my pencil from up here, and I'm going to pencil in an empty region and put my pencil back. This time, however, we're going to lengthen that empty region. I want it to be 2 bars long. So I'm going to go to the bottom right of that empty region until I get a square bracket. I don't want that loopy arrow. I want the bottom right, the square bracket. So you might have to hover around a little bit and be precise till you get the square bracket. Then you can click and extend it to be 2 bars long, like that. Twice as long as it was. And now, same as before, we can double click on it, and it opens up our piano roll editor. This time we want to look for C3, not C1 like we did last time, but C3, because that's around the octave that we need. And if I click on that note, you can hear it. Now, similar to the bass lines, this note D above the C3 is going to be important to us. So I'm going to pencil in a note there. Let me grab my pencil. C3, D, the note above. There goes my pencil note. I'm going to grab this and lengthen it until it's a whole bar long. In other words, it goes right up to, pretty much right up to, where it says the number 2. That's the beginning of the second bar. So my sustain note is going to be a whole bar long. Now, you can add 2 other white notes like this above that D. And they're white notes of your choice. I'm going to go for this one, in line with that note G there. And this one just above it, which is an A, in line with that white note there. And there's my first chord. Let's just have a listen to how that sounds. Okay, it's my first chord. I'm going to turn the volume of it down a little bit here, just because I can hear it's overpowering the other instruments a bit, and we want it just to support them, to pad them out. So I've turned it down. There's my first chord. The second chord, I want to keep that note D, so I'm going to pencil in another long D there. And do you know what? I'm going to keep the same top note as well. You don't have to. You could choose a different white note here. But I am going to change this one. So I'm going to move this one down 1 white note, so it's in line with that. So, excuse me, we've now got 2 different chords, and the second one has got a different note in it. Let's have a listen to this. So far, so good. Guess what? It's your job to come up with 3 different chord ideas. Just make sure that every chord idea has this note D above C3, a long note like that, in both of your chords. And then you've got choices about which other 2 white notes you use in each of the other chords. So you should end up with 3 different chord ideas.